Whew, it's the first of the month. Your paycheck just hit. For about 6 hours, you feel rich. Then rent comes out, then the car payment, then the credit card minimum, the subscriptions you forgot about, the grocery run that somehow cost 90 bucks for 4 bags, and by the time you actually look at your account, you're right back where you started. And here's the part that messes with your head. You got a raise last year. You're making more money than you've ever made in your life. So why does it feel like nothing changed? If that hit a little too close to home, good. Because that feeling, that's not bad luck. That's not even bad budgeting. That's a system, a set of 7 traps that are quietly engineered to keep middle-class people exactly where they are, forever. And today, I'm going to walk you through every single one. My name is Alex, and I spend way too much time thinking about why hard-working people stay broke. If you're someone who makes decent money but never seems to actually get ahead, no matter how hard you work, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because here's the thing, I'm not going to give you the usual skip your morning coffee garbage. That advice is a trap too, and it's actually trap number 3. So stick around for that one. Let's get into it. So let's challenge something right out of the gate. Most people think the difference between the middle class and the wealthy is income. Like, if I just made another 20 grand a year, I'd be set, right? Wrong. And the data's brutal on this. According to the Federal Reserve's own survey of consumer finances, the median American family has somewhere around $8,000 in actual savings. 8 grand. And studies from Bankrate consistently find that roughly 6 in 10 Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without borrowing. Now, you'd assume that's a low-income problem. But here's what most people don't realize. A huge chunk of those people earn 6 figures. There are households pulling in $150,000 a year that are one missed paycheck away from disaster. So if it's not income, what is it? It's behavior. It's psychology. It's 7 specific traps. Let's start with the one that catches almost everybody. Trap number 1, lifestyle inflation, or as I like to call it, the raise that robs you. Here's how it works. You get a promotion, income goes from $60,000 to $75,000. Congratulations, right? Except within about 4 months, you've got a nicer car payment, a slightly bigger apartment, you eat out a little more because, hey, you earned it. And your savings rate, exactly the same as before, 0. Look, let me show you the math because this is where it gets really interesting. Imagine 2 people, both earning $75,000. Person A inflates their lifestyle and saves nothing. Person B keeps living like they make $60 and invests that $15,000 difference every year. At a historical 7% return, after 20 years, Person B has just over $600,000. Person A has memories of nice dinners. Same salary, same job, 600 grand apart. Now, the psychology behind this is sneaky. It's called hedonic adaptation. Your brain treats every new luxury as the new normal within weeks. That BMW that thrilled you in month 1 is just your car by month 3. The dopamine fades, the payment doesn't. Now, how to fix this is the next time you get a raise, automatically funnel at least half of it straight into investments before it ever hits your checking account. You never see it, you never adapt to it, you never miss it. Trap number 2, the good debt lie. We've all heard it. Some debt is good debt. And sure, a mortgage on an appreciating asset or a loan that grows a business can make sense. But here's where people get wrecked. They use that logic to justify financing things that lose value the second you touch them. The number 1 offender? Car loans. The average new car payment in America right now is north of $700 a month. $700. And the average loan term has crept up to nearly 6 years. Let's do the math on that. $700 a month for 6 years is over $50,000 on something that the moment you drive it off the lot is worth about 20% less, and after 5 years is worth maybe 40% of what you paid. Now, you might be thinking, but Alex, I need a reliable car to get to work. Totally fair. Nobody's telling you to ride a horse, but there's a massive difference between a reliable used car you paid 15 grand for and a brand new SUV you financed for 55. Here's the psychological force at work. It's signaling. We've been trained to use cars to broadcast success, but a depreciating asset financed with debt isn't a sign of wealth, it's a wealth transfer from you to the lender. Now, how to fix this is never finance a depreciating asset for longer than 3 years, and never spend more than 10% of your annual income on a vehicle's total cost. Boring? Yes. Rich? Eventually. Real quick. If you're still with me, you're already in the minority. Most people scroll past videos like this because deep down, they don't want to know. You clearly do. So do me one favor. Drop a comment with the number of whichever trap has gotten you in the past. For me, it was number 2. I financed the truck I absolutely did not need at 24. No judgment here. We're all in learning this stuff together. Okay, trap 3. This is the one everyone gets backwards. Trap number 3, the latte distraction. And this one makes me genuinely a little frustrated because the financial world loves this trap. Here's the thing. You've been told that the reason you're not rich is the coffee, the avocado toast, the little daily indulgences. Cut the $5 latte and you'll be a millionaire. It's nonsense, and worse, it's a distraction. Let me explain. Even if you bought a $5 coffee every single workday, that's about $100 a month. Annoying, sure, but here's what most people don't realize. That same person is often overpaying thousands a year on the 3 expenses that actually matter: housing, transportation, and taxes. Those 3 categories eat up somewhere between 60 and 70% of the average household's budget. The latte is a rounding error. Think of it like a sinking boat. The latte is a teaspoon of water. Meanwhile, there's a hole the size of a basketball in the hull labeled, "I'm overpaying for housing and driving a car I can't afford," and everyone's running around with teaspoons. The psychology here is something called moral licensing. When you deny yourself the small thing, your brain gives you permission to ignore the big thing. I skipped coffee, so I deserve this. It's a trap inside a trap.
Now, how to fix this is stop optimizing pennies. Renegotiate or right-size your big 3. Refinance. Get a roommate for a year. Shop your insurance. One afternoon of fixing your housing or transportation cost beats a decade of skipping coffee. Now enjoy the latte. Trap number 4, tax illiteracy. This is the silent one, the one nobody talks about at the dinner table, and it might be costing you the most. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The tax code is not written for W-2 employees. It's written to employees and for business owners and investors. If you earn a paycheck, your taxes come out before you ever see a dollar. If you own assets, you get to play an entirely different game. But, and this is huge, there is one corner of the tax code built specifically for regular people, and most of us barely use it. Let me show you. If you put money into a traditional 401k or IRA, that money comes out before taxes. So if you're in the 22% bracket and you invest $10,000, you've effectively gotten the $2,200 discount from the government to invest in yourself. This is where it gets really interesting. Add in an employer 401k match, which a shocking number of people leave on the table, and you might be turning down 100% instant return. If your employer matches the first 5% and you don't contribute, you are literally declining free money. There's no investment on earth that guarantees you double your money instantly, except that. Now, you might be thinking, I can't afford to lock money away. But here's the reframe. You're not losing that money, you're moving it from a pocket the government taxes heavily into a pocket it barely touches. Now, how to fix this is, this week, not someday, this week, check if your employer offers a match and contribute at least enough to get all of it. Then open a Roth IRA. That single afternoon is worth more than any side hustle you'll start this year. Trap number 5, and this one feels responsible, which is exactly why it's so dangerous. It's saving instead of investing. You've done everything right. You're disciplined. You've got money sitting safely in a savings account. Good for you, right? Here's the brutal part. Inflation has averaged around 3% a year over the long run. Your typical savings account pays you a fraction of that, which means every single year, money sitting in cash loses purchasing power. You're not standing still, you're slowly sinking. Let me put real numbers on it. $10,000 sitting in cash with 3% inflation is worth about $7,400 in real terms after 10 years. You didn't spend a dime and you lost a quarter of it.
Now compare that to the same $10,000 in a broad index fund, averaging that historical 7%. After 10 years, it's roughly $19,600. After 30 years, over $76,000 from the same 10 grand. That's the difference between saving and investing. The psychology here is loss aversion. We feel the pain of a market dip about twice as strongly as the joy of a gain. So we avoid investing to dodge that short-term pain, and we sleepwalk into a guaranteed long-term loss instead. Now, how to fix this is keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash for emergencies. That's it. Everything beyond that has a job to do, and its job is to grow. Money is an employee. Stop letting it sit on the couch. Trap number 6, the status game. The desire to look rich, which is the single biggest obstacle to being rich. Here's the thing that took me way too long to understand. Wealth is invisible by definition. The money you see, the watch, the bag, the leased Mercedes, that's money that left. Real wealth is the asset you don't see, quietly compounding in the background. There's a great line from the research behind The Millionaire Next Door. Most actual millionaires drive used cars and live in modest homes. Meanwhile, the people performing wealth on Instagram are often drowning. Let me give you the analogy I can't shake. Trying to look rich to feel rich is like setting your own house on fire to stay warm. Sure, it works for a night, then you've got nothing left. The psychology is powerful because it's social. We're wired to seek status within our group. Marketers know this. Every ad is engineered to make you feel like you're falling behind your peers, so you spend to catch up to people who are also broke and faking it. Now, how to fix this is pick your enough. Seriously, define what genuinely makes your life better and ruthlessly cut spending on the stuff that's just for show. Buy the comfortable mattress, skip the logo on the t-shirt. Spend on your real life, not the highlight reel. And trap number 7, the big one. The trap that holds everything else in place, the single income trap. Most middle-class people have exactly one source of income, their job. They trade time for money, and the moment that time stops, layoff, illness, burnout, the money stops too. You don't own an asset, you are the asset, and a single point of failure is a fragile, scary way to live. Here's a stat that stuck with me. Studies on self-made millionaires suggest the majority have multiple income streams, often 3 or more. Not because they're greedy, because every additional stream is a safety net and an accelerator.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. There are 2 kinds of income. There's active income. You work, you get paid, you stop, it stops. And there's passive or asset-based income. You build or buy something once and it pays you whether you show up or not. Dividends, rental income, a digital product, a book, a YouTube channel. Hi. The wealthy obsess over the second kind. The middle class is taught to only ever sell their time. Now, how to fix this is this year, build one income stream that isn't tied to your hours. It doesn't have to be huge. Invest in dividend-paying index funds. Start the side project. Make the thing once that can sell 1,000 times. The first dollar you earn while you're asleep changes how you see money forever. So, let's pull this together, because here's the realization that should be sitting with you right now. Look back at all 7. Lifestyle inflation, bad debt, the latte distraction, tax illiteracy, saving instead of investing, the status game, the single income. Notice something? None of them are about how much you earn. Every single trap is about what you do with what you earn and the psychology that drives it. Which means the door out of the middle class isn't a bigger paycheck, it's a different operating system. I think about a guy I used to work with, call him Dave. Dave out-earned almost everyone in the building. Big salary, bigger truck, the watch, the whole thing. And when the company did layoffs, Dave was terrified because Dave had no assets, just expenses dressed up as success. 2 desks over was Maria, made way less, drove a 10-year-old Honda,
But Maria maxed her match, invested the difference, built a little side business on weekends. When layoffs hit, Maria shrugged. She wasn't trapped. She had options. Same company, same town. Two completely different relationships with money. And the only difference was the 7 things we just talked about. So here's what I want you to do. Don't try to fix all 7 today. You'll burn out. Pick one, the one that hit hardest, and take a single action on it this week. Get your match. Cancel the loan you're upside down on. Open the Roth. One move. Because being middle class isn't a life sentence. It's a default setting. And defaults can be changed. If this reframed even one thing for you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this reach the next person who needs to hear it. And subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down exactly how to build that first passive income stream from zero. I'm Alex. Stop running with a teaspoon. Go patch the hull. I'll see you in the next one.